Hello. I have finished Fixing Geeks. I was gonna do this video after I finished it, but I forgot. And I don't remember how long it's been. I think it's only been like a few days, but I'm not good with time, so it could be. I don't know. I might be 3 days to 4 days. I don't know, but I finished it, and honestly, like the hype of it, the first episode, I was like, it's good, but I'm not with the hype quite yet. And then by the end, I had all the feels, and it just like was so good. It's so, every episode is so good. Um, and it's funny and sweet and sad and all like the human emotions, and it's only 18 episodes, but they packed so much into those 18 episodes. And it's sad that there wasn't a second season, but at the same time I love the finale so much. And I thought that Kim and Samantha, right? No, Lindsay. um Yeah, so Lindsay and Kim. I don't know where I got Samantha from, but Kim and, was it Kelly or Kim Kelly, or was it Kim Kelly or Kelly Kim? I don't know, Kim Kelly. Okay. Um and Lindsay. I love the end of them just getting closer and going on this adventure together. It broke my heart. It broke my heart knowing that her Lindsay's mother was gonna be worried about her because she wouldn't probably be home when she was supposed to have been home from her summer um, school thing, whatever it was. Um, I loved her mother so much, and that's the only thing that made like broke my heart was just like her mother's like excitement for Lindsay to go do this opportunity to like get her college education and stuff like that. Just the excitement on her mother's face and her not knowing what Lindsay was actually going to do, and Lindsay could, seeing Lindsay being conflicted because she doesn't want to hurt her mother at all. But that was sad. That did break my heart for her mother. Um, the actress who played her mom, she did a great job. She was so sweet and so supportive, and just like that kind of the dream mom in a lot of ways. Like, she is one of my new favorite television mothers of all time. She was just pure. Okay, she was pure, and I loved her. And I mean, there were times where she kind of like, when her and her husband are looking through her room and trying to find that she was like out of control. But then in the end, she's the one that was like, we can't do this. And so she stopped doing it. But I just loved her. Again, her mother is just a queen. I loved her dad too. I mean, he was a little bit more rough around the edges kind of guy, but he was still very good to her and her friends, and supportive when he tried the episode where he bought the Atari for. I saw the show, and I don't even remember her brother's name. That's sad, but she bought the Atari for her brother, and after his her brother finds out that one of his friends' dads is having an affair, and so him, Bill, and I think Nelson, were riding around the neighborhood trying to find this woman's house so they could confront her about it. And then at the beginning of the episode, um, the I don't know why I can't name it Sam, right? That's who I was thinking of, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's his name, Sam? I don't know. But her little brother is saying that he wants an Atari, and his dad's like, it's a waste of time, it's a waste of productivity, like he's like against it. And then when he comes home from like trying to find the other woman so that Nelson can confront her for having an affair with his father. He comes in and he's late. He came home late, and they're like, "Oh, they're just like, worried about him." And then he sees that his father bought him the Atari, and like he starts crying because like he's so like he understands like how great his father is. In that moment, I mean, I'm sure he would have known that even if he didn't buy him that, but it was just such a sweet moment. And I think he wasn't crying because out of happiness because of that. I think he just had a lot of emotion anyway. Um, Seeing Nelson's parents and what they were doing, what they were going through, and I think it hit him when he came home. Like he realized that his father is a good man, and his mother, who loves his mother and loves him and his sister. So I think it was just like not so much his father bought him that; it was just that his father, he knew how much his father loved him, regardless if he bought that for him or not. That just hit him. It was such a sweet, sweet moment, and that is what I I mean is that there's like humor, and then there's heart, and there's sweetness and realness, and just the whole human experience in 18 episodes of a show. And oh my god, like I love Jason Segel, I love Nick, I love Lindsay as a couple. I love Daniel and Kim as a couple, even though they were more of like a problematic one. I would think. I think I don't know. I liked that connection anyway. Um, I just I Daniel character development was great. I would have to say. Him playing D&D with Lindsay's brother and friends was really sweet, and I like that you got to see his softer side in some episodes. Seth Rogen character, I don't remember his name. Honestly, like I kind of forgot at times that he was even there, which is kind of a bad thing. Probably not the reason to say, but I did because everyone else just had like these big moments, and I know like they were going to develop him more in season 2, or like if they had gotten more episodes, he would have been developed a lot more. Because Judd Apatow, he said that Seth Rogen's character came from like a wealthy family, and they were going to explore that at some point. But um, I loved that he felt he had a girlfriend. I don't even know what it was. It was like the disco, not the disco. Like they went to look at like I don't know if it says observatory. I don't know, but it was when they were it was Kim and Daniel and then Lindsay and Nick had broken up, and it was really awkward. And then it was Seth Rogen and the girl that he had a crush on. And they went to this thing where they looked up at the constellations on the ceiling, and it was like Pink Floyd was playing, and like and then Daniel. It's just I don't know what it was. I don't really understand what was like. I didn't quite know where they were, but if you saw the show, you know what I'm talking about with that whole thing. And it was so like again, I keep saying it. It was very sweet. all of Melly. Melly was great. I loved the ensemble of the cast. I thought everyone was cast wonderfully, and everyone just meshed so effortlessly. I know James Franco and Seth Rogen and uh, Jason Segel had known each other for a while, so they're old friends. So like their connection would make sense because they have known each other for a long time. Yet Apatow knows them as well. Like he is good friends with Jason and Seth and James. So like they already had like a relationship outside of this show, and they continue to have one now. Although I don't know how Jason and Shay Siegel and Jason and James Franco are actually like good friends, but Seth Rogen and James Franco are. But yeah, so they already had that connection as friends outside of the show. So it was just, they already had that connection. But then to see them interact with like Linda I cannot say her name. Linda Cardellini. Oh my god. And then Busy Phillips, like they all just meshed so well. And then I forget his name, and it drives me. I'm so bad at it. The actor who played Bones, not Bones, who was on Bones. See, I used to watch Bones, and I loved him, and now I don't remember his name. But you know who he is, the little brother of Lindsay's character. He was on Bones. Um, And it was so fun to watch him as a child. Like, he was so cute and awkward and nerdy, and I don't doubt at all that that's who he was as a kid because he's that way as an adult, a kind of nerdy guy. So, like, I see it being him as a kid anyway, but he was so cute. He was so, like, cause to seeing him that little, not he wasn't like very little, but he was still like small and and a child, and it was interesting to see him. Um, it would have been so interesting to see him grow up a lot more though, like go from that to like maybe like a teenager. Uh, but I'm sure he kind of appreciates that didn't happen. Like going through puberty on TV week, it's kind of weird for a lot of kids, but he was so cute as a in that show in Fixing Geeks. Oh, and another thing is I have never really been the biggest Billy Phillips fan because she usually plays like the same kind of person in everything, which is like the partier and the one and like makes weird like I don't think she's funny. Like I don't think she's a funny person. So I don't like her humor in a lot of things, but this is actually, I think, the first thing that I've seen that I liked her in, honestly. And I think because she was playing a completely different kind of person, she was still like the partier, but she wasn't the comic relief, and she wasn't dumb, and I mean she was supposed to be dumb, but she was just struggling as a person because of her home life and everything else. But she wasn't like brain dead dumb, she was just lost and didn't know herself and was insecure about herself. And I just think Busy played her so well. Like she did such a good job at playing Kim, and so I have to give her respect because I feel like a lot of times when I see her, I'm like, ugh, it's her, because I just don't mesh with her as a performer, I guess. But on Facing Geeks, I thought she did a great job. Like I said, I just think they cast everyone so perfectly, and everyone just like meshed so well. Um, and like one of my friends, Madison, huh? She watched it, and I mentioned on Instagram that I finished the series. She asked me who my favorite character was, and honestly, I don't. I it was hard to figure that out. But I love Nick, so I said Nick, and I stand. I mean, if I guess I had to narrow it down, it would be him, just because I love Jason Segel so much. But I kind of then I started thinking about it, and I was like, was that Daniel? Because I liked Daniel a lot. I did. Um, but then again, I just think everyone did great, and they all meshed, like I said, so well, and the chemistry was so good, and there wasn't one weak link in the entire cast. Even the guy from The Sandlot, I forget his name. He played Squints in Sandlot, and he played the guy who played the Peanuts in Bell's Sandwich. If you didn't recognize him from the Sandlot movie, if you've seen the Sandlot, that was the guy. But I don't remember what his actual name is. And I know it's a pretty like fun name, but I don't remember exactly. I don't remember it right now. But he was in it, and even him, like he was a complete jerk, but he was still like fine. Like again, there wasn't really anyone that I was like not into. I didn't mean the coach, I guess. If I had to pick a character that wasn't my favorite, it would probably be the coach. But even then, toward the end, he did start growing on me. So I don't know. But yeah, the finale was both wonderful and sad to me. Just again because I love Lindsay and Kim just like taking a risk, which is probably and then Judd Apatow said that it wouldn't have ended very well, but I'm glad it ended actually when it did because everyone was happy again. Like also like everyone in the finale got a happy ish ending. Yeah, I think. Tip for her Lindsay's mother. Good for her parents, I guess. They were the only ones who didn't get a happy ending. But they ended it with them being happy because they thought she was doing something good. So I guess technically it still ended happy. But I cannot get over Lindsay's mother's face in the finale, just like so being like, and they said, "Wait, I'll see you soon." And mom's like, "Okay, have fun." Like I'm just like, "Oh my god." Lindsay, don't do that to you. But yeah. So that is all. Goodbye.